What the hell was that?
2020 Tins of Lost Memory is part of the Mega Tin line, a yearly product release meant to celebrate the previous dueling season by releasing 4 booster sets together in one big set as a way for players to collect and obtain cards that they may have missed out on getting. It's a neat set, coming in a small compact box that fits your cards perfectly for storage. Each tin comes with 3 mega packs, each with 18 cards in it, 1 prismatic secret, 2 ultras, 2 supers, 1 rare, and 12 commons. Along with rarity shifts for many cards means that many cards that appear in a rarity in a past pack will probably now get a new rarity in the mega pack.
This year's tin is composed of Savage Strike, Dark Neostorm, Rising Rampage, Chaos Impact, and the Infinity's Chasers. For this year's tin, it's different. Unlike previous years of tins, you get the mega pack along with a promo pack, but those are forgo at this year's tin. Instead, you get 2 ultras and 2 supers instead of 1. This has been seen as a controversial change within the community, as these promo cards has usually been powerful and much needed staples for players to acquire without having to rely on getting them from within the mega pack itself. But due to changes of getting 2 more cards in every pack now really make up for the lack of promo cards.
This year's Mega Tin is filled with 249 cards made across 4 packs and introduced 4 new cards to Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card games. 1 is an import and 3 brand new world premiere cards. It's a big set and we honestly can't go through all the cards by cards. So here's how we're going to try to explain this tin's content. The 4 new cards, notable secret rares, noticeable ultra rares, noticeable super rares, and we'll take a look at some commons and rare.
Hey, Austin! You ready to set up for this B-plot?
Kevin, what are you doing in my house?
Oh, Austin, you know I always have the key to your house. Anyway, what's the plan? Crashing a wedding, going to the zoo, a misunderstanding hijinks?
What? No, we're just gonna play Yu-Gi-Oh! Today.
Oh, alright. But I still think it would be more fun to go to the zoo.
Aww. We're not going to the zoo.
Starting off, let's talk about the 4 new cards that aren't reprints and are themed relating to the tin. First off, let's get the elephant out there and talk about the import that's premiering in the TCG, and that's Red Eye's Dark Dragoon. It's a fusion of the iconic Dark Magician and Red Eye's Black Dragon. It represents the bond of friendship of Yugi and Joey. It's a powerful card of a boss monster that's honestly the most talked about card in its set, with a myriad of effects ranging from protection to negation to becoming stronger. The fact that nearly any deck can bring him out by playing Red Eye's fusion and a copy of Dark Magicians and Red Eye's Black Dragon. So that's it for the 1 new import card. Let's talk about the 3 new world premiere cards in the Mega Tin. They're related to the overall theme of this year's tin, and it's the rivalry of Kaiba and Atem. So we have Successor Soul, Straight in Unity, and Destined Rivals. Successor Soul allows you to trade in one of your effect monster to summon a level 7 or higher normal monster, but it only allows you to attack with only 1 monster that turn. Next, we have Straight in Unity, which whenever you use Blue Eyes White Dragon or Dark Magician as part of a ritual or fusion summon, allows you to banish 1 card your opponent controls. It also allows you to bring back a level 7 or higher normal monster from your graveyard back to your hand or deck. Finally, we have the last world premiere card, and that's Destined Rival, which in my opinion is probably the best card out of the 3. It allows you to negate the effects of all monsters your opponent controls if you have either Blue Eyes White Dragon or Dark Magician on your field.
While I do think these 3 world premiere cards are neat, the fact that they aren't really game changing makes it quite dissatisfying if you were to pull these in a pack. They really are more of a collector's card meant to appeal to a more general casual audience, and I much rather would have had these as promos in a pack, along with other cards that could appeal to more competitive players as well.
So let's talk about the secret rares, and these aren't just any type of secret rares, they're prismatic secret rare, a specific type of rarity that the TCG doesn't really use that often and are reserved for special occasions like this. This year we have 27 prismatic secrets. All the cards are given a rarity bump for what they were previously released as. My favorite coming out this year's tins are Time Thief Redoer, one of the most interesting generic rank 4 cards to be released, Borreload Savage Dragon, a long-awaited card needing a reprint, being a powerful Omni-Negation monster that nearly any deck can play as a level 8 synchro boss monster, Sky Striker Ace Kinda, to complete the set from last year's Megaton with all the other Sky Striker Link monsters. IP Masquerena is one of the best generic Link 2 monsters to get a rarity bump, giving you a reactive play during your opponent's turn to summon a monster that's also indestructible. Powder Strike is a card we covered before in a previous video, and is an amazing draw card from nearly any deck that doesn't rely on the extra deck. Crackdown, a modern day Snatch Steal, basically. And then finally, Mystic Bond. Yeah, this got a rarity bump. So those are my personal favorite out of the Prismatic series, but there's also Neos Fusion and Destiny of Dominance for hero players, Guard Dragon LP, Guard Dragon Pisty, World Legacy Guard Dragon, and Striker Dragon for Dragon Links player. Tenyi get a good number of monsters with rarity bumps with Draco Berserker of the Tenyi, Draco Master of the Tenyi, and Shaman of the Tenyi. Witchcrafter Idel and Heine for Witchcrafter. Other cards are Gallon Granite, a generic searcher for rock decks, Magicalized Fusion, Unchained Abomination, Trickstar Carobane, Cyber's Quantum Dragon, Danger Ogopogo, and finally Gizmek Yada, the Glimmering Vanguard.
It's such a nice day out today, and I seriously don't understand why you wouldn't spend it outside.
Why do you want to spend it outside? It's like 90 degrees outside. Plus, I think I saw a bee by the window.
Okay, just because you're inside all the time doesn't mean it's good for your health.
You know, you do bring up a good point. Lately, I feel like I've been hearing stock audience laughter everywhere. Look, there it is again!
See, this is what happens when you're always inside the house. Anyways, I'm gonna pen summon for 4.
So for the Ultras for this set, we have 50 cards, and that's a lot. We already covered 4 of them, but for my personal pick of Ultras, we have a bunch of good Link monsters that were previously secret rares, are now more accessible as Ultra rares, and they are Mekk-Knight Crusadia, Avramax, Cherubini, Ebon Angel of the Burning Abyss, Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess, and Infantrak Fortress Megaclop. There's Omni Dragon Brotar and Starleaf Safer for Dragon Links. We get a bunch of utility cards like Get Out, Storm Dragon's Return, No Material, and Witch's Strike. The 3 themes from the Infinity Chase all got many of their cards printed as Ultras, like Infantrak Harvester, Infantrak Anchorjo, and Outrigger extension for Infantrax, Witchcrafter Holiday, Witchcrafter By Street, and Witchcrafter Masterpiece for Witchcrafter, Cerzia, Watcher of the Evil Eyes, Medusa, Watcher of the Evil Eye, and Evil Eye of Selene for Evil Eye.
For the Ultra this year, through the rarity shift, we got a lot of good cards. The fact that you get 2 Ultra per pack makes it so that these are more easily accessible for players to get. My favorite parts are the many Link monsters that got a downgrade, as it makes up for those who missed it the first time when they came out, or due to the fact that they were too costly as well.
Regarding super rares, we have 37 super rares. There really isn't anything special to note. It's just really cards that are now available as a super rare. In terms of cards that stand out as a super rare, the 2 major cards are Fantastical Dragon Phantasme and Cynet Mining, now being more easily accessible again despite them already being accessible due to their reprint earlier this year in Duel Overload. Time Thief Winder is probably my favorite card to get a super rare upgrade, as I think the whole Time Thief archetype is a pretty neat thing for what they do. You have Beat Raptor again as a super rare, despite originally being released as a super rare promo. In case someone was asking for another super rare Beat Raptor,
yes, I'm so glad they gave Beat Raptor another super rare reprint. There, are you happy now, you omniscient laughing god?
Austin, I have no idea what you're talking about, but I gotta say being outside is a nice change of pace.
You know we were just doing all this indoors, right?
Yeah, but we wouldn't be able to go to the zoo after this.
We're not going to the zoo! Now continue with your turn.
Fine. I'll pen summon for 4.
So the final topic is probably the most lackluster, and that is the commons and the rares. Rares are now a discounted rarities in the main core booster set, so having them here just reminds us of why they're no longer in the main set. Time Thief Regulator, another Time Thief card gets a rarity bump to rare, so that's cool. Barricade Board Blocker is probably the best card out of the rares. It was a popular Lake monster that many players have been waiting to get a rarity bump for a while now. I was expecting this thing to be at least a super rare, but I guess we have to settle with a regular rare. So what about common cards? Is there anything cool about these? I mean, not really. It's common cards, to be honest. A majority of the common cards that actually reprint, cards that people were actually expecting to get a higher rarity bump. So we have Madoche Petting Sister, Extra Hero Cross Crusader, Hida the Fire Charmer Ablaze, and pretty much the main deck Tenyi Spirit Monsters were cards that I was hoping to get a rarity bump to something like a super rare.
So there you go, that's this year's Mega Tin. While I do think the increased number of foils, the reprints, and the majority of cards that got rarity shifts are good and all, the fact that there's no promo cards this year is a major letdown, as the promo card usually appeal to those who play casually and competitively. The World Premiere card this year really are lackluster, and they don't offer anything new, and are really just there for Dark Magician and Blue Eyes White Dragon players. Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, being the most talked about card this year, really carries the tin and for what it has to offer this year. Well, now if you excuse me, I have to go to the zoo.
The zoo's closed!